Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm 54 years old, and I live in Clarendon Hills, Illinois, and I have my own business. I'm an electrical equipment manufacturer's rep, and I also work for the Weight Watchers company as a personal coach. Um, what does savings mean to me? For me, savings means not only security and safety of knowing there's money there, but to me it also means freedom. Because if I have the money I need set aside, I can take risks that I wouldn't normally take because I know that my future is protected. And that means a lot to me. Um, when I was young, the reason why I started savings was when I got my first job, they had a 401k program, and they had this wonderful chart that showed if you saved, 10% as a 20-year-old, that would grow, and due to compounding interest, would grow into this enormous amount of the money by the time you were 65. And so that's what I did. And I thought that would be great if I knew I had that money. So what that allowed me to do, since I did that from that young age and I invested aggressively, by the time I was in my 40s and I had young children, I could leave my full-time job, start my own business, and spend time with my kids because I knew I had that money set aside and I didn't have to worry about having enough in my old age. And so that just really opened up a lot of doors for me for improving my self-advancement and spending time with my children. So when I save, it makes me feel good. It takes away some level of anxiety because I know money is there for something. And so that really helps me. For instance, we were planning on a vacation, a senior trip for my daughter to Mexico. So 7 months in advance, I started putting money aside every month, a little bit into account. So by the time the trip came, it was paid for, and I didn't have to worry about big expensive vacation bills when I came home. Now, also, but there's times when maybe I didn't save when I should have. So for instance, I have plenty, maybe more than enough money for retirement, but in terms for my kids' college, I had some saved, but maybe not quite as much as I could have to have everything there. So, so then there's the feelings of, these bills are coming, how am I going to pay all these, what am I going to do? I did come up with a strategy of a way to make this work, but that involves me maybe having to go back to work full time, maybe taking out some loans, doing some things that maybe actually constrict my freedom a little bit compared to what I did with my retirement savings. So it is very interesting to see the difference between the two, and it's certainly better to have more saved in advance than not. Certainly, in terms of quality of life, I think. In general, what helps for saving is that in terms of what help I could receive, certainly in terms of the government, anytime there's tax deferred saving program like the Bright Start 529 or the 401k or IRA, any of that government help to get tax deferment, any kind of those things really makes a big difference, I think. Also, in terms of what I would like from my bank, specifically Harris Bank, I think any savings vehicle that they can provide, whether it's saving for something short-term like vacation or something middle-term or longer-term like college, anything they can do to provide vehicles for that and ways of automatically withdrawing money so that you can put it into those programs, and maybe even special interest rates to encourage people to do that, I think would be most helpful.